Hey, what's up, everybody? We are the Geeks and Degenerates. Today,
Ooh.
yeah.
Sorry, I admire Enzo's new mic that you could finally hear his super sultry, sexy voice.
But yeah, to complete our action-filled week, we are talking about an underrated action movie, or at least one of the most underrated in the last decade, I would say. With me is my
Mm,
co-host, as always, John, and yeah, if you've seen the thumbnail and the description of this video, we are doing Edge of Tomorrow, directed by Doug Liman and stars Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
mm.
And yeah, did you see the first trailer? Because I did.
No, I knew nothing about this movie. This was around the time where I didn't really care about
Hmm,
movies. When did this come out? Like 2013?
14.
14? Yeah, I had zero care in the world about movies. And, well, whatever's fun to watch. I did watch it in the theater, sad to say. I was the one who did not contribute to this movie's success. Um, and I don't know. I was like, okay. Um, the only way I ran into this was looking at. I just saw it in like my YouTube recommendations,
Hmm.
and it was like, oh, all you need is skill. Heavily inspired. Edge of Tomorrow. I was like, an anime inspiring a movie, and then I looked it up. It was against good ratings. I was like,
Hmm.
odd. Okay, so I watched it, and I was like, this is really good. And then I was like, what's the manga that they mentioned? I was like, all right, I'll read that. I read it a little bit. I read a little bit, and I was like, wow, this movie was lacking, but it still does not detract from what it was. I was
Yeah, unfortunately, I was a victim of watching its first trailer, which was this weird, poorly edited synth pop trailer. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh,
Can okay, I'm gonna look that up later.
yeah, it's like it's so weird, and like I guess it's another throwaway Tom Cruise movie, like Oblivion, which I wasn't even the biggest fan of. I'm like, all right, it's Oblivion.
Soundtrack was sick.
Yeah, that's about it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll skip this, and then I think it was both Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns that I saw reviews about this movie, like 2 years later, or like yeah, a year later, where they're like, this movie is one of the best action movies of 2014, and this is after I saw Mad Max, so I was like still like looking for more action movies of the
Yeah.
past, and like I was like really, and then I saw the movie, I was like, fuck, and it's worse
Right. You
because
you would you would see like posters of it in malls, and we were like, it's just another action movie.
yeah, like
Yeah.
looks high budgeted, but like seems like a throwaway thing, and then this ultimately became a flop in 2014 because of the first trailer, and people were like, "What's the title? Edge of Tomorrow? All you need is skill, huh?"
Right. Right. Like, and you know the the gatekeeping warriors from the anime community
Yeah,
came out of the woodworks, and they were like, that's just all you need is kill Americanized. How
yeah,
dare they? Oh, for sure they. Yes, it's very heavily inspired. The lady's named Rita, for fuck's sake.
mm,
Um, and the whole concept where there's aliens, there's guys in suits, they're all fighting them with really cool armors and weapons. I say it's a little bit lacking on the movie side. The anime kind of had like Spartan suits
mm,
with huge axes and like power drills and machine guns. They didn't really have the gun on their sleeve.
mm,
I would say, looks wise, the manga did it better. Um, the design for the alien things, they were just balls with
mm.
teeth, and then like they could form into any shape, which made them very dangerous
Yeah,
and very effective. Here, they're a little bit more creature-like.
yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, this was a flop in 2014, and people were worried that Mad Max would become a flop like it, and with Kingsman too. They're like, please don't make this a flop like Edge of Tomorrow. But like, I think people learned like, don't judge a book, or at least a movie by its first trailer, because more often than not, you're like, no, this movie's pretty solid.
this movie was pretty solid. I really regret not watching it in theaters, but I do blame advertisement for that.
Yeah, me too. I saw this on Netflix. But yeah, getting into it, we're first introduced to William Cage, who meets with the general played by Brandon Gleeson, and he's telling Cage about the final assault. This it was funny enough. This came out D-Day in the U.S., so them planning an assault on France, an all-out final push to hopefully defeat the enemy.
It is very like storming Normandy kind of thing.
Yeah, and
Go on.
the opening, you find out these aliens have been undefeated until Verdun, where they're all defeated by the Angel of Verdun, Rita Verkowski. And,
Full Metal Bitch, I love that name.
yeah, who's played by Emily Blunt, who you don't see until like later, or get to know until later. But yeah, he tells Cage like, "Hey, you're gonna be on the front lines," and Cage is like, "No, thank you. No, you're going to be on the front lines."
So, one thing you need to know about the character of Cage, completely different from the main character of All You Need Is Love, I will say. I kind of forgot. I kind of read that manga like years ago. I don't really remember the characters. But anyway, Cage is more of like an advertiser for the war. That's how he got his rank. He never really went into battle. He just sold propaganda pretty well to the masses and let them join the war to fight the aliens.
Yeah.
That's how he got his rank of major. And I guess the general was like, I kind of see that. Hey, how about you try real battle for once?
Yeah.
Because you don't deserve that like rank. Let's put you in a battle. Like, let's make you a war hero.
Yeah.
Like, we'll film you and everything. We're gonna win the story.
Tries every means, including blackmailing the general. Is like, sure, that's a good idea. And then the moment he leaves the room after he thinks like, we're good, right? He's like, arrest this man. And he's arrested and sent to the barracks. And that's where we meet Bill Paxton, who at first he's like, has no idea who Cage is, but later on he's like, I know, you're a deserter. I know you're trying to escape this battle. You're not, you're joining J Squad. And like, that's maybe my only nitpick of this movie, that J Squad itself isn't that fully fleshed out. Like, they're not even two-dimensional, they're like one-dimensional.
Hey, I gotta give points to this movie for that though. They gave them enough character and enough screen time with the time that they had, because it's supposed to be Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be what J Squad was and them being a team.
That
That
is
should have
true.
been a series.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had enough time, they would have fleshed these characters out pretty well.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, go on.
I was about to say the only guy I recognize there is one of the African American, or like the black guy, is from Legends of Tomorrow. He's like the other half of Firestorm. That's all I know him from.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
And but like I do like that these ragtag group of. I'm a sucker for this. Like whether if it's Halo, what's this?
Reach.
Halo Reach, yeah. Like any like game or movie that has a ragtag team of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like just these men are ready to die, but they have their own personality. I like that. And I like the J Squad. They had their own personalities, even though we didn't get much of it.
Yeah.
I would say they are assholes though, because they're like, how do you turn off the safety on this thing? You don't need to know. And I'm like, he's going to war, you assholes. Do you want him to die?
And like it's an extremely like how do you say this, like intense beach invasion, because like their plane explodes and they have to eject quickly, and poor Cage doesn't know what to do. It's like, I saw my safety on, and it's in like Spanish and Chinese. What? How do I do this? And the squad has been killed left and right.
Yeah, but he just presses the emergency release.
Yeah.
And like face plants into the beach, seeing all of his teammates just get decimated. I'm like, one dude who's like, I can't believe we made it. I don't think you should celebrate on the beach. Like, no soldier in Normandy was like, wow, we got to the shore. Gang riddled by like German machine guns.
But yeah, he makes it on, and like he sees, it's very Saving Private Ryan, where one guy is like malfunctioning, the other guy's on fire. Like, I've seen this imagery before. And
Right.
like he kind of sees Rita Volkowski, but she gets taken out. We're like, I guess that's the end of her.
And what was their tagline? It was like live, die, repeat or something.
Yeah, that's the other alternative title. Like, what is the title of this movie? What is it about? That's why people are like, do I want want to watch this, or the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie.
I don't like the movie. Anyway.
That's fine. We'll talk about when we get there. But like,
Yeah.
like that'll be an interesting video because I adore it and you don't. But yeah.
Yeah. But I do like that they set the tone of this movie.
Yeah.
It is dark. It is messed up. Doing the fact that the poster characters are dying right off the bat. Like, yeah, we know the concept because of the trailer, where they die, they live again, then they repeat the day. Groundhog Day with guns.
Yeah. And like,
oh, sorry, man.
So, no, no.
Gone.
Sorry. Like at one point he sees another mimic that's blue and he kills it with an explosive, but he dies, but its blood gets all over him, so he melts, and then he wakes up. And the second
I
day,
kind of like that concept where the dude has not the smartest concept, but like he has a claymore strapped to his chest just in case he has that like final push.
Yeah.
But just letting you know, in a battle situation, you have that on your chest and that thing gets ruptured or hit by something hot and metal, and that thing blowing up in your chest preemptively. I don't think it's smart.
And the
Cool concept.
second day, just him being like, "I'm back. This is funny."
Right?
And
And
then,
him just like, this is horrible deja vu.
Yeah.
Very vivid deja vu.
and then he basically repeat the same thing until he gets to the safety. He's like, "I know how to work this." But like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. That was first day. When he got the safety to work, that's how he was
yeah, that's
able
why
to
on the
kill-
second day he's like, "I got this."
Right, he got this, but his first, like, different action was to save Rita.
Yeah.
Because he knows that she's gonna die in that moment. But as he saves her, he gets like a hole in his chest.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, okay, ciao. Thank you for the extra battery.
Yeah,
Bye.
like-
and then you
like-
see this mimic coming after him.
Like he couldn't stand to watch her explode, but she totally like ditches him. She's like, "Bye bye." He's like,
Well, I mean, that's just war, though.
Yeah.
Like, dead weight. You like, if you're not a medic, do you really want to be like, I don't know. I really don't know.
And then
I've never been to war.
same here. Third day, that's when he's like, "We're all gonna die," because he tries to convince Bill Paxton. He's like, "He won't believe me," and then it cuts to him like, "We're all gonna die. It's a trap."
Right? We're all doomed.
Yeah.
And like he like repeats everything.
Yeah.
There's cards under the bed that they were gambling. They all have to eat the cards.
Yeah.
But like, of course, they didn't believe him.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the battlefield again.
Day 3 is when he saves the big celebratory guy and then saves Rita. And then she's like, "How do you know what's gonna happen?" And then she just stops midway and she's like, "Come find me when you wake up." He's like, "What?"
Right? Like the whole fucking tanker just blows up, or jet, or plane.
Yeah.
And he makes a scene, like, what do you call that? Like when they have the marching song. I think that was an Easter egg to "All You Need Is Kill."
Yeah,
Because what they were
drills.
chanting, yeah, like the drill sergeant would sing something and they would repeat "kill, kill, kill," and I was like, I guess that's a reference to the manga.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at his first attempt to like sneak away. He rolls, but not too far.
Right, he gets run over by a car.
Bill Paxton is just like, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Like everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
It's like, I know these drills aren't fun, but damn.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But he doesn't make it to Rita, and like they're
Yeah.
all like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" He's walking up to the Full Metal bitch,
yeah,
the most decorated soldier in Europe, and I'm like, it's like, oh, he's ready to explain shit.
yeah,
And she was like, "Follow me."
yeah. Tells him like, I used to have what you have, and they introduced him to the scientist who knows Rita's secret. It's like, if you tell anyone about this, you'll be locked up and you'll be dissected, and that's the end game for humanity. And
Mhm.
like, a bit of trivia is that, I should have said this at the beginning, but the first guy to be considered for William Cage was Brad Pitt, which is interesting.
Let me guess, World War Z was in the way.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's cool to know that Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt did the stunts in those suits.
See, okay, probably you would have not gotten that with
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's not.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know too. But like,
He's not as madman as Tom Cruise.
yeah. Like, I wouldn't think Brad Pitt's the type to like hang off a plane. But one other crazier fact is that Emily Blunt did a lot of the scenes while pregnant. Yeah.
It should look like that. Where she's like doing like that like human pole thing where she balances on her hands.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Emily Blunt, damn. Woo.
Yeah.
I can see why Jim Crow from The Office married you.
Like, if you've seen that clip from Graham Norton where John Krasinski is trying to get to London or like British immigration, they're like, "I'm here for my wife." Like, "Who's your wife? Do you know the girl from Devil Wears Prada?" You? But yeah, it's just funny. But yeah, going back, like, I do like the first training scene where Tom Cruise or Cage horribly injures his back, and she's like, "Right, one other detail: don't ever bleed out, or at least don't let anyone else transfuse blood, because that's how I lost my power." Said I was bleeding out, and I woke up in a field hospital with someone else's blood, so I lost the power. And then it's just a montage of him just trying to dodge these things, getting horribly injured, and really being like, "All right, too bad."
This is sick though, because this is, I say, good writing, because like the first half is him trying to get used to the new power that he has, which is he could reset the days.
Yeah.
And him like trying to retrace his steps, trying to like redo things like, Dark Souls style. And then the second half is him training, him figuring out how to go through the beach, survive.
Yeah.
And make sure Emily Blunt makes it out with him.
Yeah, I think the training and the trying to get off the beach in the first place is my favorite sequences, because like as they keep failing and failing, he's watching poor Rita die over and over again. It's like, I'm falling in love with you, and I can't see you die again and again and again.
Yeah, that was a hard scene to see as well. Like him just like looking at her from a distance. What's wrong?
Have I got something on her face?
Yeah, but in his head, he's just seeing her just limp at the beach or some other area where he was like, "I can't fucking stand seeing you die over and over."
Going back earlier, but like when he tries to rescue Rita, like before he meets her, like he tries to run and he gets sideswiped by a truck. Like the guy's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, man."
Ooh, wait. Now I'm just wondering, who was driving a truck parallel to the beach? You're supposed to drive into the beach, not parallel to it.
Probably
You're hitting
just
other people.
some panic conscripts. Like, I don't know what to do. Bang! Ah, fuck!
I would say the designs for the armors, except for Rita's, are not really to my taste. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah, same. But like, I do like the fact they copied from like real life technology, because like the U.S. is developing this technology for advanced warfare, which hopefully never happens in my lifetime.
But I will say, I think it would be very hard to do those stunts with like the exact same design as All You Need Is Kill. Like they would need a shit ton of CG for sure. That'll cost them a shit ton of money, and I guess it'll be very cumbersome for the actors as well.
Yeah, though when Emily Blunt or Rita Vogkowski is just flying around with one blade, I was like, if we give her another blade, that's one step closer to Mikasa.
Alright, she's like spinning.
Yeah. I do like the sequence when they finally make it past the beach and they're driving out of the, I don't know, vehicle space, where he's like, they're always giving him
it's like a trailer park beside the beach. I guess it was like a tourist area.
They're always giving hints of like what happens past this checkpoint. Like, yeah, we get shredded, so just take it slowly. I'll distract them. Please do not forget to unhook the what do you call it?
The trailer at the back. Yeah. I do like it before this scene where they just storm the beach and you just know they work well now.
Yeah.
They're both working as a unit. You see these people, like his team, J Squad, like that guy's supposed to be a deserter. Why is he fighting like a maniac?
Yeah.
Like out and about with the Full Metal bitch.
Oh yeah. But going back, like, since he keeps seeing her die, he gives up and just arrives to London. He's like, fuck it, what's the point?
Yeah, and he finds out that while they're storming the beach in France,
Yeah.
the aliens were also like
Invading
attacking.
London.
Yeah, invading London at the same time.
Yeah. And they're always trying to get off the beach just to find the Omega. That's the primary objective. Like, because if you just kill an Alpha, it resets the day, and it's like, all right, all our work is for nothing. So that's the main thing they're trying to do. That's why they're like, we have to get off this beach or find a way to, and they do. And like, I think I read somewhere like, while doing the stunt, Emily Blunt crashed the van into a tree, which is very worrisome. But like, she and Tom Cruise just laughed it off uncontrollably. Like, that was funny. We almost died.
Please check on the baby. But yeah, like they get out. The thing was inside the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, this was a cool scene. I would say like where the movie slows down. They get to a farm. For us, this is our first time seeing them pass the beach.
Yeah.
But as they talk, as they start to relate with each other, they start to, their characters start to bond.
Yeah. Like,
there's a helicopter they're supposed to leave for Germany.
I do love the hints of like, we've been here before, because when they're driving to the farm, it's like, you told me your middle name, and you had some guy you clearly was in love with until we're done, and just like, I did, and I watched him die over and over again. That's why I don't form relationships. Like, oh, okay. Though,
but they did almost get close, and she kind of knew what he was doing. Where she was like, "Oh, you're trying to make me stay."
Yeah, because he has the keys to the helicopter. He's like, because he gives himself away. He's like, all right, you like 3 sugars. She's like, yeah. How many times have we been here before?
Right, and it was a really good scene with Tom Cruise just like desperately just like, please stop because this is the last place. Like this is it for you. This is the end of the road for you. There's a shit ton of mimics out there, and whatever we do, I'm the only one who makes it up. And if I just kill the Omega, and you die, you don't make it.
Yeah.
And he has feelings for her.
And she realizes that, but she's like, what does that matter? And she tries to fly away, and the exact thing happens. And then, as she's dying, she tells him her middle name, and he's like, that's when the day resets, and he goes to her. He's like, I can't do this, and he just goes on his own, and makes it past the farm and goes to the place where he thinks he might go.
I love that shit where he was like, okay, gotta do the same fucking thing again, and then he looks at her, he's like, sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
Walks out and does it solo.
Yeah, you see like blood and grease all over him. We're like, fuck.
Yeah, this man was fucking ready. I love that shit.
Yeah.
You know that point in any Souls game, whether it's Sekiro or Bloodborne, where you've been through this thing so many times that you're just like,
yeah.
like the guy that took you probably 30 minutes to kill, you could just kill with one swipe now.
Yeah, he makes it to where the Omega, he thinks because the Omega is sending out visions that are false, but he thinks that's where he is, and he's trapped between a mimic and an alpha, and the alpha cuts him up pretty good, so he like has to flood his place and drown himself, and he tells them like, yeah, the Omega's not there. And they're like, oh shit, we're fucked. What do we do? And the scientist was in this position because he was deemed crazy because he made this device which the general has, and that's why they had to go to his headquarters. And again, I love the like, no, the guy who with a yellow headband always recognizes you, and I guess we get shot every time.
I know, the yellow band.
Yeah.
I know, he would stop you and start a conversation with you, and he would like waste time, I guess.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. Or like, why is Rita Borkowski here when we're invading France? Arrested!
Oh,
And
right.
then just shoots
Good
Tom Cruise
point.
at herself.
Good point.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they've done this a lot of times. I like it that they don't show it.
Yeah.
I like it that they don't repeat, like, oh, this is their first time doing it. No. This is probably their 14th time doing it.
Yeah. But like, when we see it, how many times do you think he resets the day? Because I do have a number.
When, in this sequence?
Or no, like in the whole movie when he starts and restarts.
I would say, because for Rita, it was 300. I remember her saying that. And I was like, probably that's just in one battlefield. Then they're trying to do this whole elaborate plan. So I'm guessing 500. That's my rough estimate.
Oh yeah, sure, but like the way the movie presents it, it's a total. The director said it's a total for Tom Cruise at least like 26 times.
26 times?
Yeah, in this movie, like from Tom Cruise's perspective. Of course, we don't see Rita doing it over and over again.
So it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, I guess because it's like what this movie's like what an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh, no. Like, throughout the movie, he just repeats
Yeah,
26 times.
yeah,
But what we don't see will be probably a larger number.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I love seeing like him talking to Jen, and it's like in his mind, like we've had this conversation a lot of times already. Please just listen. And he's telling like Rita's like, don't shoot him. No.
Don't shoot him again, please. I love that. She was like very impatient with it, and like he's like guessing what's happening next. He's like, I don't know what's up with your parlor tricks, but fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, because he's known to be stubborn.
Yeah.
But as they make it out to the like military base, I don't know what it was, like Parliament.
Yeah, Parliament. They're like, you're under arrest, and just point blank kills Cage. And the next scene is them driving away, but like, unfortunately, he gets shot in the leg, and she's knocked out unconscious. And he wakes up with someone else's blood. He's like, oh fuck,
What have you done?
Yeah, where's Rita? Because
Go on.
you can tell, like he's like, all I need to know is if Rita's still alive, because Jesus Christ.
Now he cannot reset it.
Yeah.
If she's dead, she's dead.
Yeah. That's why he's like, oh my god. Like, if he's dead, and I have someone else's blood, fuck.
But they do make it out, and now they have to have a new plan because now they can't risk. I love how she like was near, like ready to kill them.
Committed,
Wait.
Like, alright, Cage, you know the drill. I'm sorry, man. Oh, fuck. Okay.
You don't have your blood anymore. They make it out, and now they kind of have to make a new plan because he does know where the location is now, right?
Yeah. Because of the device he injects in himself.
Yeah, before the car crash.
Yeah.
And they find out it's underneath the Louvre in France. And now there's this whole new stake. This is one of the few movies, like what I said with this is a nice lineup you made because all these three movies had really good third acts when a lot of movies don't really have that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're lacking or they're trying to rush the ending.
Yeah.
Here, sure, I could see they cut some corners, but they told a really good story at the same time, and it felt fulfilling. Here, they now have the risk of actual death. They can't reset the day anymore. There's this new tension where he lost his powers. This is now a suicide mission.
Yeah. And then they convince J. Scott because he tells them, like, I know all of you, like a book, and they're like, I think he's telling the truth about him and the stakes that are involved, and they agree to go on the suicide mission, which starts out horribly, but like in the middle, they're like, maybe there is still some hope.
Yeah, no, I love this sequence where they come in, they get shot down, and then you see the troops like, you gotta go. Well, we all have to like drop.
Yeah.
You see the team drop, but you see Tom Cruise still on the ship. It crashes. You don't know what happens next. All you hear is somebody listing out, we don't have any more ammo. We have half a mag.
Yeah.
This many grenades, this many claymores. We don't have a lot anymore. You know that there's a whole story that happened in between Tom Cruise passing out and waking up from the crash. And you see that there's only 4 survivors left. Like the others, like the fat guy, the girl, some other characters, they're all dead. We don't know what the fuck happened to them. I was like, I don't know. I like that. This is my 3rd time watching this movie. For this review, not for this review, but like my whole life. This is the first time I noticed like, oh right, there's a couple of people missing.
Right.
There's something that happened that they didn't tell us.
Yeah, which I love, and
a
couple of soldiers stay behind to hold off the enemy while Tom Cruise and Cage and Rakowski find this old plane with the other guy from Legends of Tomorrow. They fly to the Louvre while the other soldiers sacrifice themselves essentially, and like
more like straight towards you. So they have the plane, and
Yeah.
it's like it hovers a little bit off the ground,
yeah,
and it just has to make your way because there's a shit ton of like mimics from where they are to the Louvre.
yeah,
So this is like probably the quickest and safest, with hard quotations there,
yeah.
safest way to get to the Louvre.
And like one point underground the Louvre, they're surrounded by one alpha, and Rita Warkowski decides to take it on herself while William Cage has the chance to take out the Omega, and he's like, no, she's like, no, we have to do this. We knew the plan, we knew the sacrifices, this is it, and she does, and you're like, oh, like when it comes and just kills her, you're like, fuck, damn it.
It is very quick. I
Yeah.
like the deaths, as fucked up as it sounds. I like how the deaths are done here. It's very quick. It's very abrupt, like
Yeah.
how real war is with,
Yeah.
I guess, aliens, where the thing just bodies Emily Blunt and like she's just dead.
Yeah,
Like with the other soldiers, where that guy on the turret, the guy from Legends of Tomorrow, dude just gets swiped off the turret and just like, okay, I guess that's the end of your story. The other two guys who just stood beside a gasoline truck
yeah.
and just pulsed like the claymore on their chest to kill as much mimics as they can.
Yeah.
Very quick.
And like William Cage is swimming faster and faster, trying to escape the alpha, but it stabs him from behind. But you see, before that, he like pulls the pins, and you're like, "Oh God, he's gonna commit suicide." No, he kind of is, but like he doesn't get to do it himself. He has to drop the grenades, and after he's stabbed, he turns around, and you're like, "I guess it's game over." No, he like drove the pins. You're like, "Thank God."
God, it is. I like how they wrote this scene.
Yeah,
We don't know how it was gonna go. We really didn't. Like at this third act, these people are fucking dying now.
yeah,
We don't know whether he would get the powers back. We didn't know the last one. We didn't know that the day reset it to like 2 days before what happened.
yeah,
We just know that this is their suicide rush, and all the people we know from this entire movie are dying.
yeah.
I like that. We didn't know what was happening.
And like the director first considered a darker ending where like as a soldier one of the J Squad members dies, they accidentally kill an alpha. So the day is reset. And like it's implied like yeah, humanity doesn't make out of this.
Kinda would have liked that. Like
Yeah.
this was an impossible task with like them given a slight chance. Like
Yeah.
a very minuscule chance. But it is an impossible task.
Yeah. But now we get the happier ending where the day is reset and the total victory is achieved by the United Nations of Russia and China and US and the UK. We're like, imagine that world.
Oh, if only.
Ay. But yeah, he meets Rita Warkowski for the first time, and she's like, "Have I got something on my face?" She's just like,
Hi.
"Hi."
And then we get that really. I don't know. I like that song.
Yeah.
It was overplayed, but like this is my first time actually sitting through the credits, and I was like, "Oh, this song's actually really good."
Yeah. But yeah, that's been Edge of Tomorrow. What would you rate this?
Dude, this is a solid entry. This is a solid lineup for this week. Action movies all throughout the entire movie or the entire runtime has just been a solid ride.
Yeah.
And like you can't take your eyes off the screen kind of movie. It sucks that this movie didn't really get the credit that it deserved. Like this is probably one of the only few anime or manga adaptations to a movie
That's not god awful.
got. That isn't god awful. Like sure we got Rurouni Kenshin, but we had this before that.
Yeah.
Or a year later after Rurouni Kenshin, I think. But I would say I would give this a fair score of like 8.5 out of 10. Like, yes, it's not a perfect movie, but it's high up there. And do not skip on this movie. I swear, it is a good Tom Cruise movie. Tom Cruise Emily Blunt movie.
Yeah.
Good plot, good writing, and I would say good amount of characters for the time that they had.
Yeah, and like I'll also give us an 8. Like it further establishes that like Tom Cruise is just a beast when it comes to action movies, and like I think this one of the first action movies Emily Blunt was in, because like before that she was just like in Devil Wears Prada, and then after that
Devil swears. Fuck, now I can't say it. I hate you. Devil wears Prada. Fuck.
and then like after that she was in Sicario, so I guess that keeps you going. And like I hope I see her in more action movies, but yeah, there's a very
Fingers crossed for Miss Fantastic.
yeah
Or Invisible Girl, whatever.
Yeah, like she was always rumored to be Captain Marvel before Brie Larson. Then I was like, I wouldn't mind that. And then the casting happened. I'm like, I still don't mind it.
Wait, what was your score for this?
8.
An 8. Okay. Alright, a solid 8. And
Yeah.
hey, I pretty much talked about it throughout this review. If you want to read like a darker version with a little bit more character development compared to this movie,
Yeah.
not saying that the movie's bad, please read All You Need Is Skill. It's a really good manga. I haven't finished it yet. I just started reading it a couple of months ago. But it is a good read, and it is pretty much this movie just expanded.
Yeah, and like for fans of the movies, the good news is that in 2018, I believe, a sequel was announced.
Mm.
With,
What are they? Okay.
with the writer of the recent Mission Impossible movies and for Top Gun Maverick. So I'm like, I have faith.
I have faith.
Yeah.
I really hope that with the technology that we had, and we had the Halo TV show.
Yeah.
I want to see them have these Halo outfits or these Halo armor sets while killing the mimics. Because I swear to God, these designs are fucking sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them out throughout this video to show the audience. But yeah, that has been our video on Edge of Tomorrow. What do you guys think? What's another underrated action movie you guys think we should cover or deserves more love in general? Please comment down below. If you want to see more of us here on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. If you want to see us on Facebook, streaming games, reacting to trailers, and streaming about our lives from time to time, we have a Facebook at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. We also have a Spotify podcast to hear us on the go, whether you're in the car, motorcycle, please be careful on the motorcycle, or any other forms of transportation listening to us. We guarantee a good time. And if you want to see our best and funniest bits, we have TikTok. Individually, you can find me at Gandalfus9925 on IG and Twitter. How about you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnGOM_ on Instagram. It is my art account.
And since Spooky Month is just a week away, we will start our Halloween run with some slashers. And I have a question for you all. Do you like scary movies? We'll see you on the next video. Bye everybody.
Yeah.